Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some of the best vanilla-based fragrances in my personal collection. And I am somebody who loves vanilla. It's one of those notes that can really be worn year-round. So some of these are a bit more fresh, light, and tropical vanillas, whereas others are more warm, sensual, gourmand vanilla fragrances. So perfect going into fall winter. But I am going to begin with a very special unboxing. This just arrived. It is from Guerlain. And it's part of their L'Art de la Métier collection, their exclusive fragrance line. I'm sure I butchered that in French, but I did order this directly from the Guerlain website. This line of fragrances has been around for a really long time, but they recently were discontinued and then they were relaunched in this beautiful new packaging. And you can actually customize the fragrance bottles, which is a really nice touch. So even though I did already unbox this earlier when it arrived, I put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That way I can unbox it again with you guys on camera and you can see everything that's inside. So the fragrance I purchased from the collection is called Spiritus Double Vanille Eau de Parfum. I'm probably butchering that name as well, but this has got to be one of the most popular vanilla fragrances. As soon as I put it out there that I was searching for the best vanillas, this was overwhelmingly the #1 recommended fragrance that I had to try, but it is very expensive. So the 100 milliliter bottle retails for $360. This is even more expensive than it was before the recent launch. Inside the box, you do get to choose 3 deluxe samples, which comes in this little canvas bag, which is very cute. So inside, the 3 samples I received are the Cream Advanced Youth Watery Oil, and then I did get a sample of Rose Cherie, which is another fragrance from the line. I have not tried this yet. I'm very excited. So you get 3 little samples. And then the fragrance itself also comes in this really thick, very high quality feeling canvas bag. So open it up, take it out of the bag, and this is what the box looks like. Very cute. And then this is the bottle. It is very beautiful. I love the design. I think it is very sleek. It's very elegant, very simple, but so many little details involved as well. And you can personalize, which is what I did. So I just pulled up the Guerlain website, the art of personalization. So the first step is to choose the fragrance. And then the second step, you can choose the plate. So the plate is this little part right up here. And I just went with the pink. I thought that was really nice. I think it's maybe a faux suede. There's no additional charge for this, but they also have a mother of pearl. They have one with crystals all over it. So you can make it very fancy if you want to. Then step 3 is the cord. So you can also change the color of the little cord that's wrapped around the top. Again, I went with light pink. That way it would match the plate. You can also change the seal. I believe there are 2 options, either gold or black. Since the label is black with gold writing, I went with gold. That way I could tie the 2 together. I thought that would look really pretty. And I think it does look really nice. And then the last step is engraving. So you can actually engrave your bottle with your initials, your name, a special date if it's for maybe a birthday or anniversary, something like that on the back. Just for the sake of comparison, I want to show you what the original packaging looked like. So a couple months ago, I purchased Angelique Noir, which is another fragrance from the line, and it is beautiful. One of the best Guerlain fragrances. And it must have been one of the last available bottles. I picked it up at my local Saks, and then I remember looking for it online after that, and I couldn't really find it. And then the rumors started that the entire line had been discontinued. So this is what the box looks like. Much larger than the new fragrance box, but when you open it up, this is the fragrance bottle itself. Still very nice. I think it's a very pretty design, but it's maybe a little bit dated. Kind of reminds me of a fragrance bottle from the 80s or 90s. Not particularly contemporary or even really luxurious. And even though this was less expensive, it was still expensive. I want to say this was maybe close to $200, maybe even a little bit more than $200 for this fragrance. So yes, you are paying a lot more, but the bottle is a lot prettier. I think it's just a more elevated experience overall. Now let's get down to business and talk about the actual perfume and what makes it so special. So it's described as a delicious woody interpretation of vanilla. a sheer excess of vanilla with smoky, woody, and generous facets, accompanied by jasmine, ylang-ylang, benzoin, and cedar. It evokes exotic escapades and long journeys by boat with scents of rum and crates of spices. This won't be my true first impression of the fragrance. I did smell it earlier the first time I unboxed, but it is amazing. I didn't want to be heartbroken on camera smelling this for the first time, just in case I was disappointed at, $350, $360. But no, it is so nice. It's very bold, very intense. Yes, it is a woody vanilla, but it's not overly woody. It's warm, it's creamy, it's a little bit spicy, but not too much. And I do get a little rum, but just the sweet deliciousness of a warm vanilla. I completely understand the hype, why this is always on best vanilla lists, why people really talk up this perfume, because it smells so exotic and very special. And it's just gorgeous. Definitely a fall-winter vanilla. I would wear this for a black tie wedding, for a holiday party, some sort of really special get-together where everybody's dressed up, and you really want to stand out, but you really want to smell elegant. I am so happy I purchased this, even though it was a blind buy. It was a little bit risky, but I read so many great reviews, and I put all my faith, all my trust in Guerlain as a fragrance house. And I really loved everything from start to finish, the ordering process, being able to personalize the bottle. I think they did a really nice job with this new launch of this particular line. Next on my list is 51 from Roja. This is the Essence de Parfum, one of the best fragrances in my entire collection, probably my favorite new launch of 2021, and I know I have talked extensively about this perfume. Really cannot say it enough. It is just amazing. It smells like sunset captured in a bottle, but because it has a really nice creamy warmth to it, I think it transitions really nicely from summer into fall winter, which is great because then I don't have to give up wearing this fragrance. The top note is bergamot, middle notes are ylang-ylang, raspberry, gardenia, orange blossom, tuberose, lily of the valley, jasmine, and May rose. Base notes are vanilla, cashmere wood, benzoin, sandalwood, orris, violet, anise, patchouli, cinnamon, and clove. I think you have a really great combination there between the gardenia and the tuberose, very creamy white florals. The vanilla, cashmere wood, sandalwood all have a really nice smooth quality. So I think they just come together in harmony and they create what is one of the most delicious fragrances I've ever smelled. I truly don't have any complaints about 51. I have heard some people say it is a bit light, and if I were playing devil's advocate, I would agree that it's not the boldest beast mode fragrance. It doesn't have a huge projection. You're not really going to knock somebody's socks off when you walk into the room. But I like that it's a little bit softer because I think it just lends itself really well to the fragrance. It's intoxicating. It pulls people in. Somebody will want to lean in a little bit closer to you to pick up on the fragrance you're wearing. Very feminine, very sensual, seductive, and beautiful. Creamy, dreamy. I definitely get vanilla, sandalwood, and then it does have some bright notes right away, but the dry down is really vanilla forward in my opinion. It's incredibly seductive, and anybody that I've shown this fragrance to also really loves it. So I know it's not just me. My husband loves it. My friends love it. This is going to draw a lot of attention and draw compliments. It's maybe not the loudest fragrance. I didn't set out to put these in any particular order, but since we started with warm, sensual vanillas, I'm going to keep going down that route. So next on my list is Santol Complete from Fragrance de Bois. This is another very warm sandalwood vanilla forward fragrance, similar to 51. I think they live maybe in the same zip code, but they're not neighbors. They sound by the notes like they would be a little bit closer than they are. They're actually very different, but I love them both. Santol Complete is a little bit sweeter and it's much woodier than 51. It's an amber vanilla with keynotes of coconut and lemon, violet, black pepper, sandalwood, vanilla, amber, and musk. Just like 51, it was love at first sniff. This is a fragrance that as it dries down, it becomes so addictive. Kind of hits you out of nowhere. It's immediately beautiful, something that you would love to wear, but as you wear it, you just fall in love with it. If you like it at the beginning, you will love it after about 20 minutes on the skin. Oh, it's so nice. Get the coconut, sandalwood, vanilla, a little amber, a little musk. It's not heavy, it's not overly spicy, it doesn't smell too woody. It's incredibly feminine, but very smooth. I think this is one of the best coconut vanilla fragrances I've ever tried. And it transitions very nicely from season to season because it has the coconut. Of course, it's a little bit beachy, very summery, summer date night. But because it has the amber, the musk, and the vanilla, it has that warmth to it that I think is so nice for fall, winter as well. You can truly wear this fragrance year round. Even though it's not heavy, it still feels like an evening fragrance to me, a date night fragrance. A romantic night out. It could be a romantic night in. Another warm and delicious vanilla is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. This is such a sweet and spicy gourmand perfume. It reminds me so much of a really expensive, posh French bakery because you look at the notes of the fragrance and it's almost everything you would need to bake a delicious dessert. And that's truly how it smells. Dessert. Keynotes include juniper berries, nutmeg, coriander, musk, ambery woods, and vanilla. And that's really what's left lingering on the skin is almost a spiced vanilla. It's so feminine, one of the most elegant fragrances I've ever smelled. I think this could be a great bridal fragrance. Because it has warmth and some depth, I think it's perfect for fall, winter. But I actually find this to be so relaxing. I have a little small travel size of Gentle Fluidity Gold, and I wear it to bed. I spritz this on every single night and it just instantly calms my mood. It's a little bit sweet and ambery, but it kind of smells like, I don't know, like a spiced vanilla butterscotch. Kind of smells like the holidays, very Christmassy. If you really like Angel Share, it has that same kind of ooey gooey buttery goodness, like a butter cake. It kind of plays on that nostalgia. You know, whenever I smell a gourmand fragrance, it does remind me of family, childhood, get-togethers, holiday festivities, that sort of thing. You know, those occasions when there are so many baked goods around, or when you might be in the kitchen yourself baking something for somebody special. You know, desserts are made with so much love and time and effort, and I think that's reflected in the fragrance. If it smells like a dessert, it smells special. Next up is my favorite Kayali fragrance. I've only tried 3 of them, and I do really like them all, but the Kayali Vanilla 28 is by far, hands down, my favorite of the 3. But it's also just one of the best vanilla fragrances I have ever tried. I was completely blown away. And from what I've heard from you guys and your recommendations, teaching me about the brand, they're all really made to be layered, so you can kind of custom create your own perfect fragrance. And the Vanilla 28 basically layers really nicely with the rest of the line. What I have discovered myself playing around with it is that it layers really nicely with just about everything. By the Fireplace and Kayali Vanilla 28 is match made in heaven, just beautiful. The two together, that's going to be one of my go-to combinations for fall winter. But even by itself, it's just a really nice hearty vanilla. It's very warm, it's very creamy, it's a little bit sweet, but I think it is perfectly balanced. It's everything you want from a vanilla fragrance. I just love it. I think this is kind of the perfect vanilla. It's a warm floral with keynotes of gardenia, jasmine, vanilla, and sandalwood. If you're looking for something pretty straightforward vanilla, this is it. It's not too fancy, there's not so much going on that it's kind of chaotic and hectic. You have a ton of different notes kind of poking out at you, but it's also not so simple and classic that it's kind of boring. There's nothing boring about this fragrance. I think it's very sensual, very feminine, very seductive on its own. For somebody who just loves vanilla and that's all you really want, it smells very special. A little bit sweet, but not too sweet. And maybe a little bit floral as well, but it's not too floral, not too woody. It's kind of right there in the middle, which is necessary because that's really the magic. It goes with everything. You could layer this with other floral fragrances, with spicy fragrances. This is amazing with the invite only. Another incredible combination. Yeah, I love it. Next is a recent addition to my perfume collection. This was sent over complimentary from Twisted Lily Boutique. If you don't know, I do have an ongoing coupon code with them. It's Erin10. If you enter that at checkout, you'll save 10% off your entire order on any fragrance. I will always make sure I link them down below. But this is Nuit et Confidence from Angelique Noir. I'm not familiar with the brand, but I know this is a new brand launch for Twisted Lily, so they carry, I think, all of the best sellers, definitely. And I love this fragrance. It's a little bit lighter than some of the previous vanillas we've talked about, but it's a very interesting vanilla perfume. Top notes are black pepper and bergamot. Middle notes are tonka bean, incense, and white flowers. Base notes are vanilla and white musk. When you remove the cap, you can take off the little pom-pom that comes on the bottle, but it's very cute. I actually really love the design. Oh, and it's so nice. It's so pretty. It smells very clean, very pure. Kind of airy floral vanilla. I think vanilla in general is sort of crowd pleasing. A lot of people just really enjoy the note of vanilla, and this would be one of those fragrances that it's a vanilla that you can wear all the time. Another favorite of mine is Roja's Vanille from Mansera. I love this fragrance. I think it might be the sweetest vanilla on the list so far. Just smells like rose and vanilla. To me, it is very straightforward. It just smells like those two notes. I happen to really love both. If you like rose and you like vanilla, I don't think you can go wrong with this. Oh, it's so nice. It's very light, fresh, feminine. Kind of smells like the perfect daytime, like a day out, strolling, going to brunch, maybe shopping with your girlfriends. Just the most pleasant afternoon is what comes to mind whenever I smell this. Because it's kind of a happy perfume. It's a very happy-go-lucky rose vanilla. It's an amber vanilla. Keynotes include lemon, rose, sugar, vanilla, white musk, and cedar. I think it could be worn daytime, could be evening, depending on your mood, and really across any season, in my opinion. It's just an anytime the mood strikes type of fragrance, but I love it. These next two perfumes are both recent discoveries of mine. As soon as I set out on the search, the hunt to find the best vanilla fragrances, I of course went to all of my local department stores, Sephora, and when I was sniffing along the fragrance wall, these were two that really stood out to me. I tried so many vanilla fragrances. A lot of them were nice, a couple of them fell flat. There were very few that I disliked or I really hated, but these were two that I knew needed to come home with me. Now, they're both pretty straightforward vanilla, so I'm not sure you necessarily need to add both to your collection, which is why I went for the full-size bottle of the Vanilla Woods and then the small travel size of the Atelier Cologne. So this is Vanille Insensé from Atelier, and then Vanilla Woods from the Seven Virtues. Let's talk about this one first. It's a very clean smelling vanilla. Again, I think you could wear this on its own, but it would also layer really nicely with other fragrances. It's nice. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit citrusy. It's kind of a sweet, citrusy vanilla. When I was in the store sniffing around, one of the associates from Sephora came up and was kind of talking me through some of the fragrances, and he said, that this is one of the best selling vanillas they have and easily one of the best vanillas they carry. I sprayed it on my arm in store, and by the time I got home, I fell in love and I went ahead and I ordered this online. It's just really nice, kind of a crispy, champagne sparkling, very fresh floral vanilla. Not too green, still has a little sweetness, but it's not too serious, not too moody. It's not really a warm, sensual vanilla. And then Vanilla Woods is a little bit sweeter and a little bit more woody than the Vanille Sensei. Let's see, it says just vanilla essential oil, alleviating stress, calming, soothing the overworked. It is incredible, and it has amazing reviews. I thought I had made some sort of grand discovery when I was in store and I fell in love with this. But of course, I looked it up on the website and it had a ton of rave reviews. People just go crazy for this. And it was sold out the last time I checked. Hopefully it will be back in stock. Heaven. Simple, clean, slightly sweet vanilla. This is not quite as fresh and citrusy as the Atelier cologne. It's similar to the Kayali in that if you love a straightforward vanilla, I think you'll really like it. This doesn't have the same depth and warmth as the Kayali. But it could be year-round, and it layers so beautifully with other things. It also reminds me a lot of the Rose's Vanille, without the rose. Maybe could be a hint of rose in here, but it's definitely not the main note. If I could make one recommendation from this list, I say Vanilla Woods or the Kayali 28. You have to get one of those if you love vanilla, because it will immediately expand everything you already have in your collection, because that way you can layer and you can create and customize. If vanilla is a note that you love and you like to amplify in other fragrances, those two would be my main recommendations. And then last but certainly not least, this is sort of our full circle moment, because I've been sitting here trying to figure out what should come in at number 10. I had pulled Cassiopeia from Tiziana Terenzi, but at second thought, even though it does have vanilla in the base, I would not consider it to be a true vanilla fragrance. Yes, it may be in there, but it's a lot more fresh, tropical, fruity, so nix that one. The Madagascar Vanilla Nest Perfume Oil, I love that perfume oil. I think it's so nice. It's more of a woody vanilla. So again, it layers really beautifully underneath another fragrance, or you could wear it alone. But I settled on Angelique Noir, so another Guerlain fragrance from that exclusive collection, because she's beautiful, and she truly is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. I didn't want to duplicate too much, and add another Guerlain fragrance in there, but deserves its own spot. So here we have the original bottle. Top notes are angelica, pear, and pink pepper. Middle notes are jasmine and caraway. Base notes are angelica, vanilla, and cedar. It's so nice. It starts out a little bit fresh, a little bit green, a very clean, crispy vanilla. Like straight from the bean. But as it dries down, it just becomes so elegant. A touch powdery, not too much, but a little powdery. Unexpected as well. I would say the first Guerlain we talked about, the Spiritus Double Vanille, as much as I love that fragrance and it's amazing, I think it's kind of, I don't want to say expected, but there are no surprises when you read the notes and you smell the fragrance. Of course, you're going to fall in love. It's delicious. But it's kind of what you wanted. They're giving you what you want from that fragrance. With Angelique Noir, I think there's a touch of mystery. There's a hint of that je ne sais quoi. Like you're not really sure what you're going to get. It's so elegant, so classy. It smells like a very fancy perfume. And it also has its own cult following and club. It is a well-known, very beloved perfume. I'm honestly late to the game when it comes to this line from Guerlain. They're so popular, and it makes me want to discover more from the line. I do have the little sample of the Rose Sherry. I cannot wait to try it. It's a showstopper. This is main character. You're either the bride, or you're the CEO, or you're the something. You're the center of attention whenever you're wearing this perfume. And it's not because it's so bold and in your face, it's actually a little bit reserved. But nobody's gonna smell better than you when you wear this. You will smell better than anyone else in the room, which is why I think it will be great for brides. And that completes my list of the best vanilla perfumes, at least in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you feel inspired to try something from today's list. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite vanilla forward fragrance? Drop me a comment. We'll keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.